The rise, fall, and revival of Enugu's iconic Hotel Presidential. Once a beacon of luxury and a symbol of Eastern Nigeria's industrial ambition, the Hotel Presidential in Enugu now tells a tale of both grandeur and decay. Built after independence as part of the late Dr. Mike Okpara's grand industrialization plan, the sprawling 100-room edifice stood as a testament to the vision of the defunct Eastern government. It was a hub of elegance, where visitors from afar and wide gathered, basking in the sophistication of its world-class amenities. Located near the heart of Enugu's three-armed zone, the hotel was more than just a hospitality center. It was an economic powerhouse. During the administration of Governor Chimaroke Nnamani, the Hotel Presidential flourished, attracting both local and international visitors and generating impressive revenue. It was a sanctuary of leisure, boasting swimming pools, tennis courts, a pulsating nightclub, and the finest culinary experiences the region had to offer. But like a once thriving empire reduced to rings, the hotel suffered an inexplicable fate.
Hotel Presidential Enugu, built in 1966 under the administration of late Dr. Michael Okpara as the premier of the defunct Eastern region, was the pride of the East and a sight to behold until the 80s and early 90s. The Federation Hall and the Cinema Hall served as a venue for major local and international conferences, while the spacious compound, swimming pool, and other facilities provided the ambience for recreation and other outdoor activities. Unfortunately, that one center of attraction and attention has become a ghost of its old self, providing refuge for miscreants, hoodlums, that are undesirable elements, who now find the premises as a safe haven to carry out their nocturnal activities, courtesy of the overgrown weeds and trees that also provide accommodation for rodents, snakes, and other animals. The present state of the facility and the attendant economic loss occasioned by its long neglect and abandonment is a source of concern to well-meaning individuals.
I'm of the opinion that the Enugu State Government should do all what they can to put it in proper place of functionality, so as to create more job opportunities to the teeming youth of Enugu. And when that is done, it's not only that it's going to create this employment we're looking for, it's also going to increase the IGR of the state. There are so many other ancillary companies that will, or enterprises that will function as a result of the functional state of the presidential hotel.
The first time I went there, I was a teenager, so I went there with my friends to just chill. That place is a very good site if they actually reconsider in renovating or build it to standard, because it's actually a tourist site.
Ray Naji, a former commissioner in Enugu, is equally concerned about the abandonment of the Hotel Presidential.
When I see the Presidential Hotel Enugu and remember what Presidential Hotel Port Harcourt represents, I feel like crying, because it's very unfortunate that we will have that kind of asset and we allow it to waste. Because if you go to Port Harcourt, you see what Presidential Hotel is doing to the River State, even South. That is what the Presidential Hotel Enugu ought to be doing to Enugu State and Southeast.
A former commissioner for culture and tourism, Joe Mamel, spoke of failed plans to resuscitate the hotel during his time in office.
We got status symbol that came in, but they came in under an arrangement which is supposed to be a tripartite arrangement with government. The idea is that they partner with us. I can tell you honestly speaking that if we have continued the way with the agreement we signed, which is still a subsisting agreement, so as far as I'm concerned, the irresponsibility and the impunity of government made Presidential Hotel now very, very, very sick. Let's say it was sick before, but it has now become very, very, very sick, because those that are supposed to take care of it did not take care of it.
The present administration of Peter Mbah says it has plans to revitalize the Hotel Presidential in partnership with the private sector.
Presidential Hotel gives His Excellency sleepless night. It's one of the major projects on his priority list, and negotiations are already ongoing. It's a good thing that His Excellency Dr. Peter Mbah is already revamping the place, and before the end of the year, I am very, very sure, if it is not finished, it will be almost finished.
While the Hotel Presidential in Port Harcourt, established at the same time with the Enugu facility, is still a major player in the hospitality industry, the once vibrant Hotel Presidential Enugu is yawning and begging for attention. A successful rehabilitation of the hotel, which has 100 standard rooms, a tennis court, massive swimming pool, and recreational facilities, will no doubt be an added boost to the economy and tourism industry in the state and create a much needed employment for citizens.
Let's talk about the years of decay and the bitter politics of ownership. Under Governor Sullivan Chime, the hotel met its tragic decline. From a bustling tourist attraction to an abandoned relic, it was left to rot. Its once polished floors now overgrown with weeds, its lavish halls stripped bare, and its majestic rooms reduced to ghostly shells. Cattle and household animals roamed freely where dignitaries once walked, and its walls echoed only silence instead of the lively chatter of its guests. Then came whispers of betrayal. Reports emerged that the Chime administration had entered into a 4 billion naira concession deal with E-Hospitality Services Limited to restore the hotel to its former glory. But instead of rejuvenation, the deal ushered in allegations of foul play. Ray Nnaji, an Enugu-based lawyer and former national auditor of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), did not mince words. He accused the former governor of outright selling off the state's prized assets, petitioning the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) for an investigation. According to Nnaji, the Hotel Presidential wasn't the only casualty of Chime's alleged economic sabotage. The Enugu International Conference Center suffered a similar fate, sold off under controversial circumstances, leading to a further economic downturn for the state. There is no revenue from companies like the Hotel Presidential. Enugu people have lost jobs and businesses have suffered, Nnaji lamented.
When I see the Presidential Hotel Enugu and remember what Presidential Hotel Port Harcourt represents, I feel like crying, because it's very unfortunate that we will have that kind of assets and we allow it to waste. Because if you go to Port Harcourt, you see what Presidential Hotel is doing to the River State, even South. That is what the Presidential Hotel Enugu ought to be doing to Enugu State and Southeast.
We got status symbol that came in, but they came in under an arrangement which is supposed to be a tripartite arrangement with government. The idea is that they partner with us. I can tell you honestly speaking that if they have continued the way with the agreement we signed, which is still a subsisting agreement, so as far as I'm concerned, the irresponsibility and the impunity of government affected it, made Presidential Hotel now very, very, very sick. Let's say it was sick before, but it has now become very, very, very sick.
For years, residents watched in despair as the hotel decayed. Political promises came and went, but the structure remained a haunting reminder of what once was. Then in April 2024, a new chapter began. Governor Peter Mbah, a businessman with a reputation for strategic partnerships, made a bold move, reviving the long-abandoned Hotel Presidential. Skepticism was high. Many dismissed the announcements as another hollow political promise. But time has proven otherwise. Almost a year later, the transformation is undeniable. The skeletal rings of the past are giving away to a stunning reconstructed architectural masterpiece. The restoration isn't just a facelift. It represents Mbah's larger vision for Enugu's tourism industry. Side by side with the rebirth of the International Conference Center, the hotel is at the heart of an ambitious plan to make Enugu a premier business and tourism hub. Yet, as much as reconstruction brings excitement, the real question remains: will the Hotel Presidential be properly maintained this time? Historical records indicates that part of the hotel's financial collapse stemmed from unchecked government interference. Top officials enjoyed its lavish services without ever paying, bleeding it dry. Will this cycle repeat itself? Mbah's background in business, however, suggests he understands the importance of sustainability. Insider speculates that his public-private partnership strategy may ensure the hotel remains profitable without succumbing to government mismanagement. If executed correctly, this revival could set the stage for a tourism renaissance in the southeast, drawing visitors from across Nigeria and beyond. For Enugu residents, the Hotel Presidential isn't just a building, it is a symbol of lost glory and the promise of renewal. With 90% of the reconstruction complete, anticipation runs high. Those who remember its golden days feel a surge of nostalgia, while a new generation eagerly awaits its reopening, hoping to witness the resurgence of a landmark once hailed as the pride of the East. For now, all eyes are on Peter Mbah. Will he succeed where others failed? Or will history repeat itself? Enugu awaits, hoping that this time the promise is real. Endeavor to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching. See you later.